April 22nd, 2026. Today we had a interesting continuation in upward momentum, as you can see here. And the NASDAQ going strong, the SPY is going strong. Let's take a look at the SPY real quick on a daily chart. And as you can see, the momentum is losing power, but we're still carrying this upward trajectory here. Pretty straight and forward. When we see an upward move, we want to be striking hard. Okay, we want to take trades to both sides, shorts and longs. But when this kind of stuff is happening, when you see a nice long setup occurring, you really want to be for sure not missing the opportunity. And second of all, you want to try to size up and increase your risk a little bit when that happens. Here's the price action for today on a 1-minute chart. And you can see we had a few upward opportunities, and we're going to get into them, and we're going to see how could we have captured them. Could we have captured these upward opportunities today? And let's get into it. Let's start with the alignment. The first thing we do is we go to the beginning of the market. We're going to stay on a 1-minute chart for now. We go to the beginning of the market. We look at what levels do we have right at the beginning of the market. Okay, we open here. This is previous day's high, this red region. And then this red bar right here is the pre-market high. So we open, and this purple is previous week's high, by the way. So we open at previous week's high and pre-market high, and we open at this critical level here, these critical levels, and we bounce down, and we hit this previous week critical level right here, which was the previous week's close. And then we reject off of the previous week's close, and we come up, and we come up to the same level, reject back down. This is forming the opening range. And then we come down to that same region again, previous week's close. And then we reject upward once more. We're not taking trades in the beginning of the market because we're just allowing the opening range to set up for us. If we see a beautiful setup at the beginning of the market, yeah, then we'll take a trade sometimes. But most of the time, for the first 20, 30 minutes of the market, we just want to be observing. We just want to be checking it out. So then we come back up, come back down, come back up for a final time, and look what happens. Look what happens. We take off for the rest of the day. And when we want to trade, we want the 5-minute twins to both be in the green and increasing. When does that happen? When are they both in the green? Right there. Right here. Both the 5-minute twins are in the green and showing signs of strength. Right here on a 1-minute chart, we see the MACD tick up in alignment with these higher time frames, these 5-minute. But we don't want to take the trade unless we're going with alignment of the 15 and 30. What's the 15 doing? The 15's going up. That's good. 30, trying to go up at this time. So everything is in alignment. The 2-hour is going up at this time. So this is literally the beginning of the alignment right here. The first alignment was this. That was your alignment window. When you're in an alignment window, all of these time frames, MACDs, the momentums are all in sync. You've got a high probability of upward continuations, or downward if we were going the opposite direction. So that was the first one of the day right there. And now, can you find a bunch of entries in here? Yeah, that depends on you. How do you want to play it? So long as you understand that there's such a thing as alignment, constructive interference, alignment channels, alignment windows. If you just understand that concept, you're going to be way ahead of most. Okay, next one of the day. That was that first one. How do we find the next one? Well, the first thing is you want the 5-minute MACD, the momentum, to be going in alignment with these higher time frames message. The message of the higher time frames is upside. We're looking for long opportunities. Remember the daily chart on the SPY and NASDAQ? We're looking for upward opportunities for sure at this point. So the question you ask is, when does the 5-minute MACD start going to the upside as well? Do you see it going down here? Yeah, it's going down. Do you see this? It's going down. We're not taking any trades until the 5-minute is aligned with this higher time frame. For that to be the case, we need the 5-minute to be in the green and expanding. And that happens later on. So we skip all of this because the 5 minutes not in the green. So we just skip it. We just skip forward. We don't need to be trading that. We just wait for the 5 minute to start turning green. See this? 5 minute turning green. So now things are getting serious. Look what happens here. Huge volume confluence with a MACD pulling to the upside. That would have been another opportunity right there. Enter the close of the candle, stop loss right below or at the edge of the candle. And look what happened. Target was hit. Target was hit. That's where you want to be taking your profits, which is about a 0.6R to 1R, depending on who you are and how you're feeling. So in other words, the next alignment channel that happened today was this one right here. Technically, it was ended right here. So far, we had 2 alignment channels today, so far. Let's see, can we get another one? Can we find another time where the 5 minute is expanding to the green? Well, let's look forward. Oh, what do you notice? The 15 minute is now in the red. Look right here, see? The 15 minute is a very serious force. If the 15 minute momentum starts touching red, expanding deeper into the red, you definitely don't want to take long trades anymore. You want the 15 and the 30 to be aligned. You want everything to be aligned. As soon as one variable falls out of alignment, just skip the trade. Just skip the trade. Don't even worry about it. So now we're looking for short opportunities because our 15 minute is now in the red. Now our overall trend is to the upside. Our overall bias and our overall momentum is to the upside. So when we have upside long opportunities, of course we want to be striking hard, but we're still going to take short opportunities if we're aligned with our momentum. So the 15 minute is aligning to the downside now. It hasn't printed yet. Notice it has not printed yet. We want it to print. Now it's printed. See? Now it's printed. Hasn't printed yet. Now it's printed. So what we're trying to do now is wait for the 5 minute. After that has happened, we're patiently waiting for the 5 minute to come back to the downside. See how it's going up now? Look how it's going up. 5 minutes going up, 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 up. 5 minute momentum. Up, 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 up. See? Going up. We want to wait for it to start going to the downside, which is now. It is now starting to go to the downside. Our 1 minute MACD is going to the downside. Now it's in the red. That's wonderful. So the next alignment window that occurred today was a very small one. It was this one. That was the alignment channel to the downside, which means because it's not going with the overall momentum, the overall trend, look at the 2 hour, look at the 30 minute, it's not going with the overall trend. So you either want to skip these trades or you want to play them very cautiously. Maybe size down, maybe decrease your risk. And finally, to end out the day, what did we have? We had one last hurrah. 15 minutes about to pull back to the green. Our 5 minute twins are in the green right now. You already see what's about to happen. You can already see it. The final momentum window of the day was right here. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't clear because one, the 15 minute wasn't even ready yet, it wasn't even in the green. But the 5 minute twins were strong and aligned. 5 minute twins. The 1 minute MACD momentum was strong to the upside like we need. So there was a couple opportunities there to take longs. But this one, we're going to color it red as well because it's a higher risk alignment window. So these are higher risk alignment windows for the reasons I just described. And then the first two we talked about, I'm going to label these blue. These are lower risk. These are very good opportunities that you for sure want to be taking. So with all that being said, that was the solution in the NASDAQ for today, April 22nd, 2026. I'll see you in the next one.